Hey guys, Battles here with GTSgaming, and today I'm going to be playing kuang in the mid lane. I'm doing the typical book build. If you don't know this build, it was really popular. I don't know who came up with it. I've seen the person I watched do it was Dry Bear. And what you do is, since Ao's passive gives him for all the mana he gets, it converts it to magical power too. So what you do is you start off with book, and you sustain through the lane by buying 4 of each pot, and then going back as soon as you have enough to finish off your book, and then start stacking it to get the mana from each stack. And this item will give you a crap ton of magical power just alone. Now this was a lot more popular before. Apparently not as many people are doing it now. A lot of people like to go into Soul Reaver and Poly for the burst damage, but to be honest, I kind of do that too, but I still do the book, so I kind of have a hybrid of both builds. Now usually I wouldn't recommend buying items to work towards your passive, buying too many. Like with Mercury, for each movement speed item he gets, it gives him physical power. And I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't go overboard with that. Like, mostly I buy 2 only. Now, each item that I said, Soul Reaver, Poly, and Book, all give you mana. And usually I don't recommend that just to work towards your character's passive. However, the item passive themselves work pretty good. So that's why I do it. I don't just buy those items for the mana, I guess you could say. Looks like I'm going up against another AO mid, so not going to be too exciting at the early game. Now, whenever early game starts, since your only good clearing device is your tornado, and since it's low level and it doesn't do that much damage as of yet, you have to do what you have to stack the wave and do what's called cooking. And the tornado puts a dot on them the longer they are in it. In late game, you can put down a tornado and have the enemy minions walk through it and have them be killed by 1 dot. However, early game, like I said, it doesn't do this, so you have to cook them and make sure they get all the dots on them. Now what I'm doing here is called skill skipping. Since Ao's kit focuses on his tornado, and since that's my only clear, I skill skip at level 4, and then at level 5 I can put a point into my ultimate, and then directly after put a point into my 3 again. Now this ensures that I get my tornado 1 ranked higher, 1 level faster. And then after I hit 5, I pick up Slither just for the mobility. Now he's playing real back. I don't know what's going on, or if he's just doing that since he can, since he cleared the wave so easily. But what I'm going to do is, because of that, is not push at all. Now what this will do is, I'll be getting the experience from whenever my minion kills one of their minions. However, since he's not close enough, whenever his minions kill one of mine, he won't be getting the experience out of it. So that's why I'm doing it, cutting him off of that experience. Now this method can be used in combination of zoning someone out, or to counter someone playing really far back and really too safe. So it looks like AO left, so maybe that's why he was back at the tower. He's lagging pretty bad. I assume that he left just because like lag issues, computer issues, because nothing happened yet to where, he'd rage quit, and it did look like he was lagging a little bit, so hopefully that's it. Now I'm not being too aggressive with my push, even though he is gone. Oh, there's a fight over here. Oh, he walked the other way. Yeah, it looks like he got away. If they would have kept walking upwards, then I would have been able to hit that, but they obviously took the down route. But you can see what I was doing. I wasn't being too aggressive with my push and auto attacking the tower and stuff like that. Just because even though he is gone, someone can rotate over, since that's drawing a lot of attention to yourself, and you kind of get stuck out in a gank, so that's why I am doing that. My playstyle with AO is play extremely safe until you get enough farm to where you can go in and shred people. So, like I said earlier about having your tornado clear a wave with one dot, what you can do and what I like to do, it may not be the funnest play style, but I'll walk up the lane, place down a tornado, and then walk all the way back to my tower. Now what this will do is this will have the tornado kill the minions, because it has the potential to do that, and it's not leaving me out for any ganks and stuff. And my thinking is, if I don't need to be out of position, then why be out of position whenever I can just sit back and farm? So like I said, I finished off my full book. Now this book will stack up to 75 times and gives you mana each stack. Hopefully AO comes back pretty soon here. Now AO's ultimate is pretty interesting if you've been playing the game long enough, which doesn't really have to be long at all, for you to know about AO's ultimate. It is a skill shot that's fairly hard to hit, but if hit, gives you a big reward. It probably is one of the most hard-hitting abilities, one-hitting abilities there is. Excuse me there. Now, since his ultimate goes through anything, it goes through terrain, player-made terrain, all that kind of stuff, you can actually find a lot of interesting ways to hit it, and there's actually many strategies for hitting it, but it's not one of those abilities where you can just throw out at any time and expect to hit people. So right lane's going up against the Troll Zeus Odin comp, so since I'm so far ahead of the lever, I'm going to come over here and see if I can't help out. I just missed Zeus there. They should be able to get him. No, looks like Arachne's coming over. Stick around a little bit longer just to help out. Looks like Ymir's a goner. I could try to come back here, try to zone him out with my tornado. Oh, good timing on that ult. Jeez, spider, leave me alone. So you can kind of see with that engagement that you kind of have to lead it fairly far out because it does have a long deploy time. And to play AO to a full effectiveness, you kind of have to hit his ultimate at least a couple times or a couple times during a team fight. So I'm going to get into some ways you can hit it. These aren't foolproof, but one thing you can do is if you're ganking a lane or assisting a lane, you can hide back and shoot it through the terrain so that the enemy doesn't see it coming. It's still quite hard actually, but if you do it right, if they're not suspecting it, you can land it. Another way is if you're getting ganked or just having a duel in the jungle or something like that, and a melee character is right in your face, you can actually throw it down and walk towards where it's deploying, and if they don't hear it in time, they'll step up and try to chase you since they're melee, and it'll hit them from behind. That's another good way to use it. A third way to hit it is if you're face to face with anyone and you use your number 1 ability, which is your squall. Let's see if I can't. Oh, I hit him. Oh, you're dead. Just give up. So you can see there I landed it. I let it a little bit to where he had to be walking out. There was only one way out of the buff camp. And so I landed that fairly easy, and you can see it did a ton of damage. But like I was saying, the third way to hit it is whenever you're up close and you use your squall. After you use your squall, if you're face to face with them, you can throw down your ultimate right in the center, and the movement debuff from your number 1 will actually make them too slow to avoid it if you're face to face and they're in the middle of it. So other than those strategies, the best, obviously you can lead it just out of nowhere and have it sometimes hit in a team fight, but landing his ultimate is fairly important. See if I can't come help these guys out. Yeah, I don't really blame him for having trouble with Zeus Odin. So picked up that. Kinda had Thanatos KS it, but no big deal. Then my ultimate right there. But don't really have a follow-up. I put the tornado on top of my head defensively, but I could have put it on him, but I don't think it would have been enough to kill him. Oh, nice root. Keep him in there. There you go. Oh, just missed that. So you kind of saw another way to hit it that I just completely forgot to mention actually. Is whenever they're retreating, if they're an inexperienced player, they like to retreat just by running back in a straight line, and you should never do that. You can land the ultimate that way, but not too many people do it because a lot of people know that even going up against any god, you kind of have to wiggle around to miss skill shots and all that, or at least going in at an angle or something. Running straight just leaves you open to get hit. Just a walking target. So you can see there, just by them staying in the tornado for 1 second, it will clear the whole wave and give me stacks. I'm going into Soul Reaver here, just for that burst damage like I mentioned. So getting away from the book and getting towards the other items like Soul Reaver and Poly. If you don't know what Poly does, it's whenever you use an ability, your next auto attack will give you gives you increased power on your next auto attack, and it hits fairly hard. Now, one of the reasons this is almost mandatory with AO. Hold on 1 sec. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting out of this one. going this way to avoid the AO. So it looks like I made it out there. She wouldn't have planted an egg and just kept auto attacking me. The dot might have got me. But like I was saying, Poly's a fairly good item for any magical character. However, it gets picked up almost mandatory on Kuang just because since he has so much magic power, then whenever you do your auto attack, it hits harder. I'd say harder than most mages. And what you can do, since AO's kit is kind of narrow, doesn't have that versatility, you can pick up Poly and then use an ability, auto attack, use an ability, auto attack. And actually, late game, it equals out to like if you'd hit your Squall, so it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna come in here, hit them both with that one, but looks like he got away, couldn't do much about that. Just gonna kite him around my tornado. If he wants to fight me, it'll have to be my tornado. Looks like Thanatos might be diving mid tower. Yeah, I can see if I can go help this out. I just missed it. So you can see there, whenever you get into any engagement, oh AO, lazy back. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing trying to gank my lane? Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, I'm dead. That troll alt combo. Almost forgot about that. One thing you can do whenever you get into a comp like that, like a Zeus Odin, a good tool to use is Blink. Now you can either excuse me, get my tongue tied. You can pick up either Blink, but not having the combat blink, it makes it harder. Just because if he jumps in and hits you, then you're immediately in combat. But if you can get that blink off before, you get hit by anything, then you can still blink out of it. But even if they do hit you, you can have combat blink and just blink out of it too. I'm having a hard time talking today. I'm getting tongue-tied. Chalk dove there and got A, which is pretty good. Didn't have to do anything for that. Let's take this tower. I'm just gonna keep running. If they can't catch me, it'll de-aggro. Zeus, you're so mine. Come here, Zeus. Alt initiated. Boom! Through the wall. Get sniped. So you can see there, hit a pretty good snipe with my ultimate there to show you guys. It was through the terrain through blue buff. So the state of the game, our team seems to be doing pretty good. If I were to call it right now, I'd say that we should have it, but I never like doing that just because you never know what could happen. I was hoping to hit the mid camp with that too, but I accidentally leashed it. Arachne, leave me alone. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, one charge. That was it. Easy kill in mid. Guan was just being way too aggressive with his positioning. So I picked up teleport here, not because I need to teleport to my tower or anything, but just thinking I could use it as like a shielded recall, and whenever Odin ults, and obviously the follow-up Zeus ult, then I can just try to teleport back. Let's go, Arachne, round 2. Not this time. So you can see what I did there. She jumped on my head to use her drain life, and I threw down my ultimate. And while she was on top of me, I walked her into my own ultimate, so that was pretty good. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to win that engagement. I was kind of just being, just screwing around. Come over here, see if I can't zone these guys out. Pick this up real quick. And come back here just in time. We'll get out of that. I actually might try the teleport to ally active. Like I said, I picked it up to get out of the ult combo, but since it's not really making a presence too much, I might just try that out for you guys because I said I would. Oh, hey, Arachne. Take an ultimate to the face. Nope. I'll walk through here, but you won't. There he is. Snipe. Oh, yes, walk back into it, please. Oh, Arachne back and he tried to hook me there. Uh-oh. Dead. I died, but they both died too, so I think it was a fair trade. Oh, and there's the surrender. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this and learned a little bit about playing AO today. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.